Hey. It's Kennedy. It's your girl Kennedy, a whole single. And I just want to stop in one quick moment and bring you a letter from a subscriber. You know, we're on this, we're taking mail, email, we get messages. And so I like to respond to these messages and these emails. And I respond back to the subscriber. And we go, and we have really meaningful conversations about these letters. And so, first, I want to thank you for everyone that has subscribed to this channel. We are almost at 800. I'm blown away. I'm not going to get emotional because I started this thing with God just to grow with other people and to show other people or to share rather with other people my growth and how what the things that I've used to in my life to bring me out of some really dark places and to bring me to this place where I'm at now where I have the peace of God in my heart that things can be explode. You know how you see that there's a commercial where the villain and the Spider-Man and all these people and they fighting all around a person and the person just still like, ooh, like he don't even know it. That's the peace of God I'm talking about. When chaos erupts, but you still consider this as my God will supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory. I have just grown immensely from being whole, from getting well, from refining some of these points and places in my life that was cracked and broken and fractured. You understand? So yeah, excuse me. I got off work and I went for me a quick little this weather breaking, and your girl got to get out and get fit because we got things to do. But anyway, let's get to this letter today, and this is really sort of serious. And even though I'm making light because um, this is a touchy subject. And so I named this one either Here and Now or Ice Ice Baby. And so with that being said, let's talk about this letter. A whole single, thank you for what you do. I've been following you for a few months now, and I just really like what you're doing. Thank you. Love by the Gathers. And so she said, but what I really wanted to talk about and converse with you about was the dating and being a Christian woman in this society. And sometimes men take advantage because they feel that you're soft, gullible, or otherwise going to just prey off every bad thing they do. And that you're supposed to, as a one of God, to be forgiving no matter what the things are that they're doing or have done that cause you two have to forgive. Like I said, I've been dating this gentleman now for about 3 months. And we after month number one, we decided that we would be exclusive, but we were still dating. I still have my place, he still has his. Good, honey, a month, that's not long enough to know anyone. I don't know my changes after a month, but let's get back to it. And so she says that we're dating, and every time from the very start, and when we go somewhere, I just love how he treats me like a lady. That he opens doors and he pays for dinners and lunches and he tips well, and that makes me feel like he's a generous person. Okay, that's good. That's nice. And he tip well. Big question right here: does he tip well, and that make you feel like somebody's a generous person, or do they serve? And that make you feel like a generous person. You understand the difference? Like just tipping somebody at a restaurant is good, and that's good, and then we should because that's their livelihood. And if they give me good service, I'm gonna give you a good tip. If you give me bad service, I'm gonna still tip you, but it's not gonna be as much as it would as if you did a better job. Because I'm still gonna tip you. Why? Because I know you work for a tip. I know if you brought my food to my table, even if you slammed it down, that's still your tip. And I'm gonna give you a little grace because I don't know what you're going through at home. But anyway, there's a difference between, showing off and really being a genuinely giving person. So let's look at things a little different way. Just, like that sort of makes you sort of feel like, okay, maybe this person is looking at some things a different way. It's all right. So anyway, he opened doors, he pays for meals, he tips well. He's been doing this, he since we met. After about month number one, we decided that we would be a little more intimate. Even in month three, though, we still have not gone our way because I still let him know that I was a woman of God. So I don't know what all the way is and what not going all the way is. I know I ain't gonna tempt the devil. So I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I get hot and bothered and he hot and bothered and we just be like bothered together. Now I done bothered Jesus with one or two more stripes that he went through when he was on that cross for me. But we're gonna leave that part right there. So yeah. And so we're gonna go on, and so they said it wasn't, that they had got to some kind of intimacy. We're not gonna go into detail about what it could have been. But she says after month two, even though we still had not been fully intimate, the things we've done caused him to seem to draw closer to me. He began to be more clingy, more called more. He also texted more. He wanted to know where I was going, what I was doing more often. If I decided this is the weekend I'm going to hang out with my girls, he gets an attitude. He becomes unstable. He says things like, "Are you going with them or are you going with me?" He didn't act like this before we had some intimate relations. Again, we still never fully had intercourse. But after we started having these intimate relations, I say, he began to be increasingly more unstable with me as far as not wanting me to go out with my friends, wanting to know where I am all the time. Also, even when we go shopping together, he wants to pick out my clothes. Come on now. And you how old? Then what I said to her, I said, you how old? And I said, how old were you when your mama first started letting you pick out your clothes? She said, I was about 12. I said, so you've been picking out your clothes now for a little bit many years, right? She's like, yeah. I said, you're going to let one person that's only known you for a good month and a half, maybe two, tell you now, from now, they pick out your clothes. I said, do you not see a problem with it? Well, I said, okay. So she says to me, she thought that that was being sweet and being showing her that he wanted how he wanted her to look, and it was more expensive clothes. That's what it was. They were more expensive places than where she would normally shop. So she would go to Ross or Burlington or some other, maybe even Macy's and J.C. Penney's. Said, but when he comes, he takes her to Nordstrom's or Saks or some, nice boutique, and they're more expensive. Just because it's more expensive, sis, don't mean it's better. And what are you trading for those expensive clothes that you don't even get to pick? So you get expensive clothes, but it's not even your style. So what does that look like? It looks like somebody trying to wait until you have got to be a good and right 47 years old, and then they want to mold you into what they want. Red flag number one. Why all of a sudden you can't be around your friends? Again, you've had many years before you met this person that you've been dating for a good month and a half, maybe 2 months now. That all of a sudden they're so in love with you, so swept off his feet with you that he doesn't want you around your friends. Isolation. That's the word. Isolation. When someone wants to isolate you from your friends, when someone wants to keep you from other people, when people don't want you to be around your own family, that ain't even red. That like the red and blue lights on the top of the police car that's swirling around. It got them blue because they said the blue supposed to track your eye, and the red for the fire truck. So we put both of them together. This is like a 911 fire with what is the danger, Will Robinson? Danger. Let's That's why the whole thing about it is being whole in yourself, lacking nothing, finding joy in God, finding the strength of God in your life, letting Him be the one that whispers those sweet nothings in your ear through the Holy Spirit that tells you, I am with you always, even until the end of age. Let the one that whispers those sweet nothings is, have I not commanded you to be strong and of good courage? Let's let the one whisper in our ear that says to us, you know, blessed is she who believed that he would fulfill his promises to her. Let's let this one whisper sweet nothings. So I'm let her know, hey, I don't tell nobody what to do, like, throw this relationship away or whatever. But I'm gonna let you reflect, sis, on these warning signs that you've given me, because these 911, you know, it's nice to have someone give you gifts. If gifts is their love language, then that's their love language. You don't want to change the person either. But if you're going to change me, or you're trying to change me with your gifts, then what is that saying about the respect you have for me? What is that saying about the person you met when you met me? Did you meet a whole person, or did you meet me hoping that enough of me fit enough of what you wanted and you'll fix the rest? Now, if that's the case, something I need to fix. I need to be aware that there's some broken parts in me that the enemy can see. That, hey, if I can just let her think that I can feel this little part right here, then she'll hang on to me. Listen, this is why being whole and lacking nothing. That don't mean ain't gonna never be no lean times. That don't mean ain't gonna never be no hard times. That don't never mean it's never gonna be a storm. But when your anchor is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, then I'm not worried about what's gonna happen. He said, have no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow got enough of its own. So that lets me know right now, give us this day our daily bread, and lead me not into temptation. Let him whisper in your ear, sis, so that you won't be distracted by the wiles of the devil, that you won't take somebody giving you a little bit of crust of bread here and there with the flavoring that they want you, that you might not like pumpernickel. You might like rye. You may not like rye. You might like wheat. You may not want no wheat. You might want some sourdough. But if that's your taste, that's your taste. Don't let somebody give you something they want you to have. You understand? Unless it's their love. If they want you to have their love and they give it freely, that's one thing. But love not supposed to hurt. And love doesn't change a flower. Love picks that flower and he loves it because it's yellow. And I love it because it has these green leaves. And I love it because of the type of yellow it is. And I love it because of the softness of the petals. And I love it because right in the middle is this yellow pollen stuff that's the color of the sun, that's even more yellow, but really more like marigold. And I love that the stem is, you understand where I'm going with this? You are a flower. God said, the lilies of the field, he dressed and he made you. So how perfect did he make you in your own idiosyncrasy? How perfect did he make you in his own image? And you gonna sit there and let somebody tell you or show you or entice you or beckon you to think that you less than what God created and they need to fix you. That's what it's saying. So babe, sis, get it together. Get it together. We're gonna be whole around here. Around here in these parts. Wholeness and prosperity, lacking nothing. We want an individual in our lives so we can enjoy each other, but not so that we feel like, see, this is a hand and this is a hand. My hand can hold the remote, my hand can get the phone, my hand can do a lot of things by itself. This hand, I'm a little bit ambidextrous. I can do the same. You understand? But so I don't really need this hand, another finger from this hand to make this more of a hand. You understand? But this hand can help this hand. This hand can give me equal strength. This hand can make sure I balance out. This hand can hold together stronger. Two is better than one. But I don't need another finger off of this hand to make it a hand. It's already a hand. You hold up by yourself. Love you enough that it doesn't matter what trinket somebody tries to try you with. That you got your own self wrapped up in what you think you lack, and you ask the right one to whisper in your ear, tell you what you need to get. All right, now I ain't gonna get into, but that was just it was on me. I love y'all by the gallons, and when I say I love you, and I love you with the love of God. You understand? So I had to come just like because if this is what she's going through, remember I told you that question the little kid in the back of the class want to ask, but he's scared to ask hoping somebody else, but then somebody else does ask that question. And they're like, oh my goodness, I wanted somebody to ask because I really needed to know. So that's why we share these letters. And I do get consent from the subscriber to share the story, and I never share the name. But anyway, I love you guys by the gallons. I really do. And we're going to walk in peace and hope, prosperity and healing. And we're going to be all together whole for this journey that we're on because we are lacking that. So this is this one for that one. Is this what I said? Is he here and now, or should he be ice, baby? I think we'd have to cut and run on that one because it looked like a little bit too intense of a situation to try to maneuver and give me a little. It doesn't look like any space, but hey, don't throw the relationship away. You may just want to tell them, hey, you know what? I think we might be better off as friends because I think these some things that I want to do, and this is my style, or however you want to address it. But like I said, that may not be something I would invest a lot more of my time because you know what happens when someone exhibits a certain kind of behavior and it's not corrected, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, sis, beware. Make sure you remember you're whole in yourself, lacking nothing. One hand don't need fingers off of this one to be a hand. It's still a hand. I love you guys by the gallons. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the letters. I am just ecstatic. Almost at 800. I think we were one from 800. Somebody share it, like, tag, get somebody. Let's make this 1,000. All right. Anyway, peace, love, and fish grease. Why fish grease? Because it's what? It's hot.